So just a quick few things. Um, I'm just thinking about when they had me locked up in that jail cell, honey, and the person who came to get me out was like, "I've been here for like 5 hours. I've been here for a while." Like they didn't want to release me, and that just makes me feel like when they get somebody that is not supposed to be there, they really try to hold on to them. um, that just I don't know. I'm thinking about that for whatever reason. Definitely don't like it. I think I'm thinking about it because I just watched the news, and there's a guy who stole some cars or whatever, and they give him no bond because they said he was already out on post release or something like that, and he had already committed other crimes. But yeah, no, literally having somebody and that person is not supposed to be there. And honestly, I almost want to say somebody else was supposed to be there in my place. I don't know if it was the female or the male or both. But anyway, yeah, so thinking about that, and then also thinking about the time when there was something that I feel was due to me, and again another time when people got in their feelings, because there was a time when I needed something in 2021. What was it? 2020, and it was supposed to already be out or whatever, and the person took their time or whatever sending it out, and I needed it so I could get it was another resource that I was trying to get, but I needed that. And so they was holding it up, and I called the person supervising, like, such and such didn't do such and such. It was just a matter of a piece of paper being mailed out, and I had called about it and all this whatever. And so when the person called me back, I guess they was letting me know, okay, I've sent this paper out, just that and the third, whatever. If you need to contact my supervisor, just then you don't got to tell me. I know how to contact. I already contacted them, so I already, you know what I'm saying? I don't need you trying to give me the number. So it was just, people, and I'm telling you, when people feelings get hurt, and I'm not saying that like my feelings have never been hurt, they absolutely have. But when people feelings get hurt as opposed to you actually doing something wrong to them, something that you have the right to do, and it's not, you know what I'm saying, it's not evil, but it just causes, oh, they're still appalled. Like, why would they do that to me? Why would they call? And then so I mean, I've seen that. I usually see something like a year in advance or further out that lets me know that people will try to do some crazy stuff or whatever. So that kind of trickled over to 2021, and it was a time when I needed some more information about something yet again, and this person, kind of has access, and I was like, well, what else? They were telling me one thing, and I was like, is there something else I can do to get this type of information to you? They just kept saying, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you, just robotically over and over. I don't know what to tell you. So then I got in contact with that supervisor, and the supervisor told me something else, something different, where, well, this is how you can get the information to me. So it's like that person, just because their feelings was hurt from the year previously or whatever, they wanted to just try to block somebody's blessing. It was just crazy. And so then this year, fast forward, they was on top of some other stuff and doing something different or whatever, like more so in where it benefited me. But it's like, honey, do your job without your feelings getting all in it or whatever the case may be. And then there was another time. This was a credit card company, and there was this guy on there, and he just kept telling me I need such and such an amount of payment today before I can go forward with something. And just kept on being adamant, and to the point where I finally was like, well, who gonna make me give you the payment? Like, who's gonna, like, you just keep saying that over and over. I understand it's your job, but you're saying the same thing over and over. You keep telling me the same thing, and then that's not even what I called about. And so I was like, wait a minute. And so I definitely didn't like their tone, and I didn't like, that person just repeating that over, as if you're repeating something over and over to me is going to make anything change. That's not. That's going to agitate me, of course, and that's going to get me to damn near cuss you out. So I was like, okay, well, because he finally got to a point, he was like, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let you go. And he said the same damn thing again. I need this amount of payment, and I'm gonna let you go. I said, "You gonna excuse me? You're gonna let me go where? I'm gonna get off the phone." For one, y'all not supposed as customer service reps. Y'all not supposed to be getting off the phone until the customer is satisfied. I definitely wasn't satisfied with his tone and what he was trying to offer. So I was like, okay, you're right. You can let me go, and I'm gonna go ahead and speak to somebody else about this call. So I complained about him or whatever. I put him on the BBB and everything. I damn sure did, as good as I could spell his name. And I complained to somebody else or whatever. Um, ain't really much caring about following up because I got the BBB complaint as like a paper trail. But I got on the phone with, I don't know if it was a supervisor or just another team member, and that person offered me a better. This is the second time, that I can remember. It's probably been more, but that I can remember that this person offered me a better resolution, or just being more helpful. Even on the first incident, the person who offered me the better resolution, she didn't do it pleasantly at all. That person didn't do it kindly, but it was there. You know what I'm saying? It was there for the taking. And so that's what I'm saying. That lets me know that there are loopholes and there's ways around certain stuff, and people just don't want to. People just a lot of times don't want to either do. Sometimes it might not even take extra effort, but people don't want to do it. People are really living in some type of misery where they're like, no, if I feel like if I feel like it's going to be easier for you, I'm not going to do it. But to anything to make it more difficult for you. I don't live like that. I'm at a place where there's been people where I've wanted to be helpful to, and they didn't take it when it was easier. So now, if it is difficult for them, I'm not trying to extend my hand at all. I'm just, you know, it is what it is. But these ain't people that's been trying to be beneficial to me or helpful to me. Ain't even gave me, chance to first. You know what I'm saying? The first go round of being kind and stuff like that. Well, I can't say that about one. That person did, but they did it on like a false type of basis. They did it on I feel like they did it on, oh, we're both black and we both this, and they're both females. So I'm doing a recording. So what are you doing? What are you in here for? You can go in the kitchen and get those. But anyway, it is because we're both black, both female, and just that like sister girl, homegirl type thing. I'm not into that. Then I'm just thinking about how they then did this with this Black Lives Matter stuff, and they finding out that they bought $6 million mansion. They invest in the stock market, and stuff like that, as opposed to maybe helping black people out that might need that bond. I'm talking about people that really need to. That's the idea I can think of, like somebody who's really in jail, and they're possibly innocent, or it's just that it's not a violent crime or anything like that. Y'all not trying to help them out, or y'all don't feel like that's where you can invest the money. And I don't know if they let it work like that. I mean, you should be able to, as long if it's a money thing. But these girls done, or this girl or these girls done took the money and invested in getting a mansion and all that. And now it's coming out, and I'm just like, honey, black lives. It's not that black lives don't matter. It's not that all lives don't matter, but lives don't matter to black lives don't matter until they matter to other black people, for one. And um I mean, and I can't say it like that. That's not a good way to put it, because black lives do matter even if they don't matter to other black people. Let me not say the wrong thing. But it's seemingly like black lives don't matter until they start to matter to other black people, and just other black people just, using, again, that's an example of using this organization as a come up instead of, you know, for what y'all really portraying, that set out when y'all first set out, what y'all really portrayed that it was supposed to be for. And it's just so many shady dealings. That's what I'm getting at. Like, There's far too many shady dealings in this world. I had some dream earlier about this girl who went to school with me back in the day, and she had a baby with this dude that I did used to talk to, and I actually liked him and stuff like that. I don't know if it was a little girl or what, but anyway, that's something. I don't know if that's just trying to reveal to me that the boys' so-called dad done had, finally just set it in stone or whatever, that the boy's dad had a baby, whether it's a girl, boy, or whatever, with somebody else that I don't like. Because in the dream, I do not, the girl, who it was, I don't like the girl. I didn't like her back then, should I say, and I'm almost sure that I don't like her today. But I don't be around the person. And it's just why I'm like, why are these people showing up in my dreams once again? People that's just long gone. All I have is a memory of them, but why are you here? Why is she here? But but yeah, and I've just been sitting back in my own little zone. It's a rainy day. It's gloomy, and I've just been trying to chill out. Want me some cake for real? Want me some cake. No, but for real, I want me some good old cake, a good old piece of cake. But anyway, that's all I'm on here to talk about right now. I'm not gonna do too much. I did post up videos regarding my son, like some of the conversation I had with him about a discussion we had. That's not so pleasant sounding at all, but I guess it was meant for me to have it. So yeah, sometimes if you take the time to get close to your kids or do something that they want you to do with them, you will find out find out some details of some stuff, and some of their plans, intentions, and things like that, or whatever the case may be, their thoughts and things like that. So probably want to do that. And I thank God for the opportunity to be able to do it. When my daughter was here, I would go in there and sit almost every day, every other day. Not try to do too much intruding because I knew she wanted her time to herself. But I would go in there and try to talk to her and stuff like that, see if she had anything to offer or say or whatever. But she ain't really, my kids just ain't that forthcoming with information. My youngest one is, but my oldest two, not so much. And yeah, it was interesting. But I posted a video about it. And some people's socks might be blown away if they hear what was mentioned. And I recorded him. And he didn't know, and I could be honest with him and tell him that, okay, I'm recording, and he'll still be honest. But this one, I was just trying to make sure. I wanted to make sure that he wasn't really going to have no scripted answers. He was going, I know him as somewhat of a realist. He's going to be real about how he feeling or whatever. Sometimes he might not want to tell everything, or, might not want to inform me about everything, but most times he will, whether it's something that's appealing to me or not. So, if you ever get around to listening to that, you shall see. Or you shall hear, should I say.